I've really enjoyed spending the last 3 months getting to know Bridge Ward. Its people, its businesses, those who live and work here, and those who have a connection with the ward. That's not a one-off. If elected, I'll invest time continually to understand the issues and deliver results on the ground for our ward, as well as serving the wider interests of the City of London. But through those conversations and surveys, I feel I've developed a really good understanding of what's important to people and their needs and concerns. People are concerned about the impact of traffic, of commuting, but also road safety and congestion, and particularly pollution. People want to see improvements on the north side of London Bridge. There are problems with litter, with uneven paving, and in particular that rather dismal underpass. And people want to see more open green spaces and better access to the river. I think the riverside in Bridge could be a huge asset to the ward if developed to its full potential, more along the lines of an urban park, as we've seen on the south side of the river. What the corporation does needs to be seen to be relevant for businesses. I think there's scope to improve engagement and communication with businesses, and I'd very much welcome the opportunity to play my part in helping to bring the civic and business sides of the city closer together. As it continues to grow, the city faces some really big challenges, not least of all maintaining its global preeminence as a centre for financial and business services in the face of some very stiff competition. And with further cuts to central government funding, delivering the local service proposition, including policing and the excellent built environment and the everyday stuff that people really do care about. There's pressure on transportation too, and that will only continue to grow, particularly as Crossrail completes and more people come into the city. Farringdon Station is set to become one of the busiest stations in Britain. I'm passionate about three particular areas of focus. Firstly, to promote the ward and the city as a place to do business, to create the conditions to attract the talent and the skilled workforce to come into the city that businesses will continue to need as they grow and develop, and to back small independent businesses, the sorts of businesses that we all want to see on our streets. Secondly, to build a healthy and enjoyable environment for everyone who works and lives in the city. Safer and easier movement for pedestrians. I often think of pedestrians as the silent majority. A cleaner and less polluted city, and more open green spaces, culture and arts. I care about the city. I've lived and worked in the city for 18 years. I live here in Anchor Terrace, just by the Financial Times building on Southwark Bridge. I worked on Great Tower Street for 5 years, and before that for 13 years on Bishopsgate. My last role at the Royal Bank of Scotland was as Director of Communications for what will become Williams & Glyn. I'm local, which means I have a connection with the ward. Public service is very important to me. This is the first time I've stood for public office, and I've made a positive choice in my life to create the time and the space to be able to focus my passion for the city and put my name forward. I believe I've got the skills and experience and the energy, enthusiasm and time to be able to serve you well. With an EU referendum and an ever closer eye on the city from the regulators, the next few years are going to be critical. The future of a strong and vibrant city is important to us all, and I'm very keen to play my part in the common purpose of promoting, defending and advancing the interests of the world's financial capital, and a ward within it that I feel I've developed a real connection with.